cable's fraying, battery on this camera's going flat, GoPro's not working, Wahoo reset itself, pedal doesn't work properly, chain come off, nearly got lost, but I've had good fun. Nothing much has happened, apart from it's got a bit boggier, so I'm walking, because I nearly went over the bars. I hit one of these grassy tumps. Also the rear brake lever's come loose. There's not much on the back for the back end that's working properly. So we'll have to fix that. Fix the derailleur, fix the cable, new pads, new chain, general service ready for the summer. Apart from that, it's good. Well done. Good wombat. 10,000 miles ridden so far in its life. The track is quite discernible. 4 o'clock. Been on this for 40 minutes now, since I left Claerwen. Keeping an eye on that. I want to be off here by 6 o'clock. That'll give me 2 hours. And it's daylight until 9. Well, sunsets at 8:30ish, but it'll be light till 9. Documenting the sights with old carpet. What I can hear, I thought was the road or the water, was actually the wind in this dry grass. Reminds me of the 103rd Psalm. I've stopped here for 2 boiled eggs. I ate 2 at the top dam in the Elan Valley, and then when I've eaten these 2 I'll have 2 left. I had my pigs in blankets. It was a pork, black pudding, an apple, sausage and bacon. It was quite nice. But I daren't eat more than 2 eggs in one sitting. It's a bit battered, but they'll do. I'm not actually sure what this thing is. I'm not going to walk on it because it looks round and sunken, and there's this fence, old remains of fence in 4 corners around it, and like a vent in there. So this is as close as I'll get to that. Keeping the Tui forest on that side. Ridge that you can see behind, come from up there across down there. Just 10 yards on from the egg stop. Beware of the bog. Lucky I wasn't riding it. It's fairly obvious. I've ridden around them in the previous ones I've seen, but you can't be too careful up here because there's no one coming. If you fall and twist your ankle, you have to crawl out. They call it Mamba country. Miles and miles of bugger all. Section just shown you the beginning of the end of the Claerwen reservoir. Getting quite a lot thinner now. And there's the road next to it. More sights. First the carpet, now the high vis. That's the only other sign of life. And the track ahead. To watch I don't tread on him now, setting off. Wish him well. The trees are getting closer, that's good. Tui forest. See the forested horizon now. Sight on the trail. Double hat now. And it's getting more interesting with the trees in the forest. I'll have to find out if that there is still part of Claerwen or if it's a different reservoir or lake. Anyway, pressing on, it looks like it might have a rideable section after a while walking, and it also looks like I'll be accompanied by the trees soon. So I'm following a defined track. It goes down there. And then there's stuff up there. So it's come down. According to the map, they're footpaths. Obviously, ideally, I should have revised the route, but you can't really go wrong. If you just keep heading west, you'll hit the forest, and then you walk alongside the forest until you get to a track. Because I know up north is the Claerwen track. I'll hit that if I walk for far enough. And then south is the Tui forest track over to the Abergwysyn Pass. So if I walk south, I'll hit that. And if I walk west to hit the forest, plan is if I get properly lost, I'll walk west to hit the forest and then north to hit the track. And I think that's a plan that can't fail, but would be taking a very, very, very long time. So I'll stick with the Wahoo. And keep pushing on. It's just slow. 5 past, so I've got 50 minutes left of the time I wanted to be off. I'd been on here for 2 hours and 40 minutes if I finish at 6 o'clock like I wanted to. I think I found a more defined trail. Oh, there it goes. Sort of less defined here, but I'll test the water as well. See how good it is. Well, I don't really need any, but I'd be interested to try. There's a bit of a reddish tinge to it though. But we are near the top of the mountain, so it shouldn't be too polluted. Give it a go. The water has a greenish sort of tinge to it, and it tastes coppery. It doesn't look good in the stream bed. It's sort of all the rocks are very furry with a red tint to them. I've kept the water, but I hope I don't have to drink it. I've got a good bottle of tap water, of government juice, and I intend to make that last. A sip or two of the other stuff can't hurt though, I think. Get on this track and hopefully make some progress and get over here, over that rock. That's copper, isn't it? Must be. I'll turn into a penny. I don't know if you can hear the jets above. That's the only man-made thing I've noticed, apart from the hat and the high-vis jacket, the posts, fence posts, and the piece of carpet. That's a footprint. Although I have just doubled back, so it might be mine, but I definitely saw a footprint. It's the sort of thing that can reassure you no end. Well, it does for me anyway. Out here in the wilderness with water I don't really want. Something else you gotta be on the lookout for. That's why you can't ride along here, because that stream is 2 foot below the top of the grass, and you rode down, go straight in. Even though it looks like a bridge, it's just can't trust it. up the steep hill by the looks of it, over the other side, although the track it's defined, and I've seen my footprint. Well, I haven't seen there's another one, but I know it was a footprint. I know it wasn't mine. I'm not saying that as a hallucination, although I did see a tree and think it was a man. So, 5:30, half an hour of this left before I fail to meet my intended time. Although it doesn't really matter. As long as I'm on the tarmac before dark, I'm not bothered. There's a tree I mistook for a person. And I saw it from that ridge up there. And now the steepness carries on. That's the tree down there I thought was around. Very interesting. You can see where the ground was sunk. Anyway, you have to go walk around them because sometimes they're a couple of feet. The map's taking me sort of that way. I'm not sure, I don't think that's Claerwen. That's a different reservoir. I think that Claerwen is down there still. Well, it will be unless something biblical happens. And yeah, it's in that valley there. And then there's another bit heading over this way. The terrain is such that you can just park the bike up and it'll just stay there. So I'm just following the sheep track around the contour of the mountain and still on track. It's not too far now. It's 5 to 6 though. I'm not going to be on tarmac by 6 o'clock unless something unforeseen happens. But the Tavy pools are sort of in that direction, I think. Within that peak and that peak, so that's about as accurate as I can give it. I've done this, all of this, just following this breadcrumb trail. If I find out I've walked in a big circle, I shall be annoyed. The trouble with self-filming, all the way back. Imagine if you get back and someone's pinched a bike. I was looking at all the rocks, and of course it was on the rock furthest away, the camera. There's something around the corner. I thought it was a man, but actually I think it's something tall and black. There it is. Black thing. There's a post by the looks of it, and the bike's still there. I've picked up phone signal again, it's been pinging off. I'll look at it later. Just want to get off the mountain. Can't be blessed with what's going on. Grass everywhere. Look at that. Lovely day though. It's been cracking. Hard work. There'll be some good Velaviewer tiles, and even better news. Let's look at the map. Look what I'm joining up with. Joining up with actual tracks. And there's the name Strata, Florida. I can see the end. That's the mile on the scale, so that's 2 or 3 miles of pushing, and then should hopefully be dirt track that's rideable, or tarmac road. I did drop the camera and it's kept filming, so no visible signs of damage. So we'll see what that looks like. Whoa, hang on a minute, is that a vehicle? Like another person in it. Is it? Or is it a sheep walking on the horizon? I can't tell. It's 6:30 now, which makes it 3 hours and 10 minutes since I saw another person. But yeah, I'm joining up with the other tracks hopefully soon. Should be right on top of them. Over this rise, these rises, as it so often turns out to be. You can see back where I did the self-filming spot. That was a rock, what I thought was a man, and then I saw another rock and it made me jump out the corner of my eye. I'm thinking it's people. Now I'm saying that, I'm saying it more often. So I think it's like a negative feedback loop, or a bad positive feedback loop. I just saw an upturned rock, and now this is the second one I've seen. And then I looked in front of me. You know what that is on the horizon? Flat and wide and infinite. There's the sea.